Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that the video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic, and maybe you could also let me know where you're watching the video from, the county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to watch this short clip and pay very close attention when the name Peter Salasya, the Mumias East Member of Parliament, is mentioned.
Mheshimiwa Makali, tuko na Mheshimiwa wa Homa Bay Town, Mheshimiwa Kaluma, Omboko Mileba, Mheshimiwa wetu wa Vihiga County, Mheshimiwa Maungu, ndiye hapa kwa nyuma, jina yako mfupi ya watani. Mheshimiwa Kandaza, Mheshimiwa mama wetu mama Janet Sikienei wa Tarbo, Mheshimiwa Gibose, Mheshimiwa Phyllis Barto, Vice wetu wa Budget Committee, mama Mary Amase, Mheshimiwa Kaitumu. Hao wote ni wabunge ambao wanatumika kamati moja ya education pamoja na Mheshimiwa Malulu. Mheshimiwa Timothy Torotich, Mheshimiwa Gisayo Ernest, Mheshimiwa Dan Wanyama, Mheshimiwa Salasya Mumia East,
Ladies and gentlemen, immediately the name Peter Salasya was mentioned, the crowd went wild. Everybody was shocked in the stadium. This was yesterday during the burial of the late Ijendi Malulu, the member of parliament, the late member of parliament, former lover. William Ruto was present and was shocked. I'm told the moment the crowd went wild, William Ruto could be seen turning around and whispering something to one of his handlers. Why do you think Salasya received that kind of cheers from the crowd? Because nobody else during the entire event was cheered like that. Remember, this event was attended by the president. There are certain individuals who purposed to attend this event to heckle other leaders. There are individuals who hired people to come to this event to cheer them. Remember, at this event, there was the Prime Cabinet Secretary, Musalia Mudavadi. He was never cheered the way Salasya was cheered. Remember, at this event, there was the Ford Kenya Party leader. He was never cheered that way. Even William Ruto himself was never cheered the way Salasya was cheered. In this video, I want to reveal to you guys something which is now emerging in this country. In ODM party itself, Babu Owino is normally cheered like that. Edwin Sifuna is normally cheered like that. If you are keen, in Kakamega, even Otsosi was cheered, but not to the level of Salasya. It means there is something which is happening in this country. Before we get into all those details, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I want us to be a bit honest. The Gen Z protest in the Republic of Kenya is going to shape the politics of the Republic of Kenya moving forward. And silently in the Republic of Kenya, there is a feeling that the young people should actually take a leading role in leadership. In fact, yesterday I was reading somewhere, was it on Twitter, that Mwai Kibaki joined politics at a very young age. Although he became president at a very old age, but the moment he started participating in politics, he was very young. That Raila Odinga and James Orengo and the rest also joined politics at a very young age. And the Gen Zs are now using those cases as part of their strategy to take control of local politics or Kenyan politics moving forward. But the kind of cheers Salasya got from Kakamega during that burial is what has shocked everybody. In fact, William Ruto should be worried. I'm saying this because, number one, if you study Peter Salasya, his brand of politics resonates with the people. I remember at some point, William Ruto was in, I think the same Kakamega. Was it in Mumias East or somewhere? And Salasya went to that event. Everybody sang praises and heaped praises on Ruto. But Salasya took to the podium and challenged Ruto to address the issue of SHA. He told Ruto to fire his advisors because the people advising him were misadvising him. That statement alone by Salasya at that time made the crowd to go wild, which means Salasya's brand of politics is actually people driven.
Mimi nataka bwana rais unichukue mimi nikuwe personal advisor wako, unilipe, kwa sababu bwana rais, hao watu wako wakwambiangi ukweli. Wanakwambia SHA inafanya kazi na haifanyi kazi, wanakwambia new model inafanya kazi na haifanyi kazi. Bwana rais, mimi nataka nikuambia kwamba wewe ni mtu ambaye uko na moyo wa kusaidia nchi ya Kenya, lakini kuna makatels matapeli wako katika serikali yako ambao hawataki ujue ukweli wa maneno. Mimi najua you are a God sent leader who was sent to come and save this nation, but kuna watu ambao wako hapa katikati wanataka kukutumia wewe vibaya ili ya kwamba nchi yetu isonge mbele. Mimi nataka wakati unaingia katika ile kura ambayo nataka kura za civil servant, bwana rais, nataka usilete karibu.
And because his brand of politics is people driven, most people like him. That can be said also of someone like Babu Owino. In fact, the other day when Raila Odinga lost in his bid of becoming the chair of the African Union Commission, and he started moving around the country, most Kenyans felt that Raila Odinga wanted to return back to politics. So Raila Odinga was addressing some press, and Salasya then decided to use the same clip of Raila to counter him. The truth is, those brand of politics resonates with the thinking, especially of the young people.
Wewe sasa tataka kuanalyze hii maneno ya huyu mzee anatuambia hapa.
Sasa tumesema siku ya leo tukisherekea. Baba amerudi na nimesema nitakuja kuuliza watu wangu wote.
Amerudi kufanya nini? Wewe wakati ulikuwa unaenda kusimama kura ya huko AUC uliuliza watu na hiyo msiembe umebeba hiyo.
Number two, and this is very important. If you look at the records of members of parliament, most of them, they don't have anything to write home. But if you compare the performance of Peter Salasya, what he has managed to achieve so far, his development record in Mumias East is actually speaking for itself. And Kenyans have been asking, what is it that people like Salasya are doing, which other members of parliament are not doing? So if Salasya comes from Mumias East and we are in Malava, you've been seeing what Salasya has been doing in terms of development. The toilets, the improvements in schools. You see, even the kind of improvement he has made in his home and around his home is something which most people admire. And that's why they are getting that kind of support from Kenyans. If you go to Babu Owino, for example, I like using Babu Owino. Babu Owino is also very popular, although it's also a populist politician, but Babu Owino is also very popular. But if you go to the ground, Babu Owino is doing A, B, C, D, which you can see. Some of you guys watching this clip, if I were to ask you to name any one or two projects initiated by your member of parliament, you cannot even know. So people like Salasya are using the social media effectively to communicate. And because of that, they are reaching out to young people who most of the time attend some of these events. So his development record makes him appeal to people. Number three is the Gen Z factor. And this is something which is going to be a big headache for almost key political players. For example, for Raila Odinga, I'm seeing it trying to bring Samuel Makure on board. The Rigathi Gachagua, Kalonzo, and Martha Karua are trying to bring on board Morara Kebaso. William Ruto, I'm yet to see the kind of GNCs or the strategy he has for GNCs. Because let's face it, the GNCs of this country really hate William Ruto. In fact, they are planning to occupy the church where he donated 20 million Kenyan shillings. They are planning to do that. Why? Because they think William Ruto is misusing their parents, or manipulating their parents using money, while in real sense, there's nothing. So most GNCs view Peter Salasya as a role model. They view Babu Wino as a role model. They view Ndindi Nyoro as a role model. Because these are people who just entered politics without anything. They've succeeded. They are performing on the ground. Their politics is pro-people. Peter Salasya was one of the few individuals who resisted the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. The truth of the matter is that members of parliament were paid to vote to impeach Rigathi Gachagua. Someone was telling me that senators were actually paid 40 million to vote to impeach Rigathi Gachagua. So that's how politics has been commercialized in this republic. But for Salasya, despite the fact that he's coming from a very poor background, decided that for me, I'm not going to do that. Finance bill, Salasya voted no. No, from the onset. So the GNCs love him because of that. And number 4, there's also the dramatic, the comic aspect of Salasya. Salasya goes to clubs. He parties with people. He makes people laugh. Salasya is funny. In fact, unless you know Salasya is a member of parliament, if you meet him outside there making those jokes, you'll think he's a comedian. And you will not know that Salasya is a member of parliament. I meet him here in town.
Hiyo wimbo ni tamu. Hiyo wimbo huwa na imba kama nimekunywa dawa. Hapa sioni dawa.
Dawa tutapanga maneno.
Hiyo wimbo inaimba hivi. Eti sha haifanyi.
Sha haifanyi.
Inaenda hivi. Hebu fuata. Sha haifanyi. Sha haifanyi. Sha haifanyi.
No, let's come
back. Inasema hata mimi ni kwaya master, wewe unafuata mimi. Inasema sha haifanyi. Sha haifanyi. Sha haifanyi. Mi tulisema haifanyi. Shika, haya tushike sasa. Haya, tuweze sha haifanyi. Sha haifanyi. Sha haifanyi.
You can be a very good songwriter. You can be a good soloist, and you can do a lot by this.
Salasya majimbo tulisema sha haifanyi. Sasa haifanyi. Sasa wanataka watuambie kwa nini wanaibia.
Unless you know him because of the trademark hairstyle, but it's a gentleman who operates just like a normal person. There are some members of parliament. I meet them here in Kisumu. The way they even walk with bodyguards. You know, they're alone. Nobody knows them. You know, for example, if you're in a Acacia hotel, just having your drink or so, here in Kisumu, then a member of parliament comes in and is like, with the bodyguards, you wonder, you know, who cares about him? And lastly, there's a way Salasya connects to the ground. Peter Salasya is the only member of parliament who you go to his home and is constructing his home there. He will be eating with the ordinary people there. He walks around. So he connects. And because he connects with the people, so even those who are outside his constituency, those who are outside his circle, see those connections. So they automatically connect when they see him, when they hear his name. Ladies and gentlemen, there's something here which is going to happen. If the old guards are not careful, these young leaders are going to kick them out without them knowing, because they're going to be loved. Peter Salasya is talking of being the president. It's a tall order, it's a joke, but I can assure you, the Kenya I see now can vote for anybody just to stop these old guards. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.